BTS today, July 6, 2025. The morning mist still hung low over Los Angeles when two familiar figures quietly emerged from the back door of a renowned recording studio in the heart of the city. They didn't look like global superstars, the faces of BTS admired by millions, but rather like two ordinary young men chasing something deeply meaningful. Jimin and Jungkook, without tight security or the flashing lights of cameras, slipped out quietly, carrying a spark of a secret yet to be revealed to the world. On this day, July 6, 2025, the world had no idea that they were in the city of art and music, not for vacation or leisure. They were there for something far greater, a project they had kept under wraps for months. A project that, according to one of the studio staff, will change how the world sees them, not just as idols, but as full-fledged artists. The studio had been buzzing with activity since early morning. Jimin arrived first, dressed in an oversized black jacket with a hoodie pulled up to hide much of his face. He carried a small brown notebook, one he had reportedly kept since BTS's group hiatus. Inside were lyrics, poetry, even sketches, fragments of something deeper, emotions, memories, and experiences he was ready to pour into music. A few minutes later, Jungkook followed. He looked relaxed in a plain white t-shirt and ripped jeans, like any regular young man. But the seriousness on his face betrayed how important this day was. As soon as they met in the control room, the two began talking softly, as if caught in a time bubble that belonged only to them. They weren't just recording vocals that day. They rewrote parts of songs, discussed harmonies, and even restructured album tracks. According to a studio technician who asked to remain anonymous, the two were crafting a collaborative mini-album, a major surprise that BTS plans to unveil later this year. At first, we thought they were just recording solo stuff, the technician shared. But the shocker was that they came in with a fully developed concept for a duo project. They're deeply involved, even in technical details, from equipment choices to sound effects and initial mixing. This isn't just idols singing. It's artists building something. Jimin and Jungkook visiting America isn't new. They've done so for various professional engagements. But this time felt different. There was no official schedule released by HYB, no tour announcement, no fan meetings. Even the staff presence at the studio was minimal. Everything was kept tightly under wraps, prompting fans to ask, what are they really working on? One clue came from a brief social media post by Jungkook a few days ago. He uploaded a photo from a studio with the simple caption, "A new path begins." The post sparked wild speculation among ARMYs. Some believed he was preparing for his second solo album, but many connected the word path to a rumored joint project with Jimin, a tribute to their journey as best friends and BTS brothers. Their work continued into the evening. As the sun dipped low, casting golden rays through the studio glass, Jimin and Jungkook sat side by side on the studio couch, listening to the playback of their latest track. The song, tentatively titled "Don't Say Goodbye," was said to be deeply personal, inspired by the hardships they endured when the group hiatus was announced 2 years ago. The room fell silent the moment the song played, as if wrapped in reverence. This song isn't just about saying goodbye, Jimin whispered during a break. It's about feeling close even when separated by time and distance. We wrote this for ARMY, and for each other. Jimin's words made Jungkook pause. He stared at the computer screen in front of him, watching the visual sound waves of their voices. There was a time when I felt lost, Jungkook added. But every time I hear Jimin Hyung's voice, in songs or when we talk, I know we're not done yet. There's still so much left for us to create together. The story grew even more heartfelt when it was revealed that the two had been staying in the same rented house on the outskirts of LA, not a lavish hotel or celebrity apartment, but a modest home with a small garage studio in the back. Neighbors reported hearing acoustic guitar strumming and soft laughter well into the night. A neighbor named Mrs. Lori, a middle-aged woman living next door, had a brief encounter with the duo. I didn't know who they were at first, she chuckled. They were so polite. They even helped me carry groceries inside. I only found out from my niece that they were Korean superstars. When asked about what they were doing at the house, Lori said something that silenced the interviewer. Every night, I hear them making music, not just rehearsing. It sounds like they're healing themselves through their music. That same day, social media buzzed with rumors of an upcoming exclusive performance, an intimate show featuring Jimin and Jungkook to be held soon at a secret location in the US. Some international fan sites claim to know the time and venue, but as of this writing, HYB has not released any official statement. What's certain is this: July 6, 2025, marked the beginning of something much bigger. This project isn't just about music. It's about closeness, friendship, and the courage to express what has long remained unspoken. And perhaps, for the first time in a long while, Jimin and Jungkook looked free. They laughed without worry, teased each other over off-key notes, and offered quiet support when one of them grew uncertain. To the public, they are part of the world's biggest boy band. But behind those studio doors, they are two young men crafting something from the heart, for the people they love, and for themselves. Night deepened. The studio lights dimmed. Jimin stepped out first, clutching his water bottle and notebook. Jungkook followed with the small guitar he'd brought from Korea. They didn't say much, just exchanged a quiet glance and a soft smile before stepping into the black car waiting out front. And in the silence of the Los Angeles night, one thing lingered. The echo of their voices merged in harmony, rising through the city sky, carrying a message that they are not finished, because behind every song they sing, there's a story still waiting to be told. And that story began today. The black car carrying Jimin and Jungkook rolled slowly down the quiet lanes of Sunset Boulevard. Through the back window, one could see them resting their heads against one another, lost in the silence only shared by those who've endured much together. Perhaps they were replaying the day's road recordings on their phones, or maybe they were simply immersed in thought. But their connection was unmistakable, unshaken by time, distance, or the world's noise. Their destination that night wasn't a luxury hotel or a glamorous restaurant, but back to their modest rental house, their personal hideout and creative sanctuary for the past few days. Inside, the atmosphere was warm and simple. Morning coffee still sat unfinished in the kitchen, and in the living room, two acoustic guitars lay on the floor, silent witnesses to long nights of discussion and musical exploration. Once inside, Jungkook quietly made his way to the kitchen. He grabbed 2 bottles of water and tossed one to Jimin, who was sitting on the floor, powering on a small portable speaker. Within seconds, an unreleased melody filled the room. Their raw vocals, unpolished and untouched, sounded more honest, more human. "I don't know whether to cry or feel proud when I hear this," Jimin whispered, staring at the ceiling. Jungkook sat beside him, head lowered, playing with the bottle cap. "Hyun, do you remember the first time we sang together? Just the two of us?" Jungkook asked suddenly. "In the dorm room, back when we were trainees." Jimin let out a soft laugh. "You missed the note 3 times. I remember thinking, can this kid from Busan even sing? But in the end, I was the one who took your ad-lib part, right?" Jungkook replied with a proud grin. They both laughed, quietly, sincerely, like two boys who had grown into men but still carried pieces of their younger selves in their hearts. And in that room filled with the sound of unfinished music, the flicker of old memories, and the warmth of quiet companionship, the story of Jimin and Jungkook, brothers in rhythm, in heart, and in hope, continued to unfold.